The police have the lawful right to approach anybody on the street. Sometimes it could just be what they would deem to be a consensual encounter. The police walk up, how are you doing? Where are you going? Questions of that nature. There's nothing unlawful about the police endeavoring to engage in a consensual encounter. However, if the police want to detain you, they have to have either reasonable suspicion that you've committed a crime, in which case they could detain you briefly for the purpose of asking you questions. If they, in the process of interacting with you, have some type of reasonable suspicion that you are possessing some type of firearm or weapon for their own safety, they would have the right to do a pat-down search of your body to see if they could feel a weapon. If they felt something that appeared to be the weapon, they could then go into your pockets and pull it out. If there was a container or something that was not a weapon, they wouldn't have the right to search that container. If the police observe you commit a crime and they have probable cause to arrest you, they do have the right then to frisk you and search your person. If the police pull you over in your vehicle and they suspect that there might be some type of contraband in your vehicle, most commonly they might ask for consent to search for your vehicle, but if you refuse to give consent to search the vehicle, they would either need to have probable cause and some type of exigent reason why they had to search your vehicle at that moment, or they might actually have to go and secure a search warrant to enter your vehicle. So ultimately, what's really important to know is that you don't have to consent to a search by law enforcement, whether it be of your person, of your car, or of your home. Law enforcement will often be very crafty in how they seek to obtain consent. Sometimes they might say, we're going to search your vehicle, okay? So they ask the question in such a manner where it seems like the only appropriate response is, yes, okay. But it's okay to say, no, I don't consent to a search of my vehicle. And there have been some recent developments in the law which basically say that an individual needs to be, assertive about protecting their rights. So if you see a law enforcement officer and they're going to open your trunk, if you just stand by idly, it may be interpreted as impliedly consenting to the search of the trunk of your vehicle. And so you have to be a little bit more proactive. You have to say, excuse me, I want to make it very clear that I'm not consenting to you going in and searching my vehicle. Ultimately, if the police engage in a search that's unlawful, either because they lack probable cause, they lack consent, in the case of a home, most particularly, they lacked a search warrant, then you can file what's called a motion to suppress. And the court would then conduct a hearing where all the facts surrounding the issue of the search and possible consent would be brought before the court. And it would be the burden of the state at that point to prove that the search was lawful. If the state was unable to prove the lawfulness of the search and the motion to suppress would then be granted, then in most circumstances, for example, if the evidence that was recovered was drugs and the motion to suppress was granted, then the drugs would be suppressed as evidence and the state would not be able to go forward because the evidence itself would be suppressed. So the motion to suppress in relation to unlawful searches can be a very effective tool for a criminal defense attorney to obtain either leverage to negotiate a better deal for their client or ultimately to have a case dismissed because evidence is suppressed. I'm attorney Michael Becker with the Las Vegas Defense Group. If you or a loved one has been charged with a criminal offense in Las Vegas or throughout the state of Nevada, trust in me and my legal team to get your case dismissed or otherwise negotiate a resolution that causes minimal harm to you in your future.